Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Mafex, the Amazing Spider-Man Carnage comic version action figure. I've had this for a long time, and I never got around to reviewing it when I first got it, and I've still had people asking me to review it, so I figured what the heck, I might as well build out that library of reviews, and I've always liked Carnage, so I figured I might as well, let's just get it done. So here it is. This is the review for Carnage. This may be a reissue. I might have gotten it when it very first came out. I don't know if there's any way to tell. I can't remember. It's been a long time just sitting around here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a good one. I like this packaging a lot. You get to see everything the figure comes with. Little photo on the front, a little bit of artwork there that doesn't really do much, because usually they make the figures look worse, but it's such a stylized shot that it doesn't really make a difference. This side is probably not the best. The back is good though. They always tend to do a pretty good job on the backs of their packages. I like that. And this side's pretty good too, I guess. Sort of. I don't know about the hammer pose, but yeah, it's a good package. Pretty standard for Mafex. Alright, let's get into this. This guy, he might be in stock at Big Bad Toys. I'll put a link if he is. If not, I'll put a link to something else that's fun, but I'll put a link in the description below either way. This guy stands just about 6 3/8 inches. That's going to make him roughly 16.1 centimeters, something like that. Here he is up against Darwin. You could easily fit this guy into a Marvel Legends collection. He might look a touch small, but you should be okay. By the way, guys, just some quick housekeeping. We're going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a Mafex figure. It's going to be the Stealth Iron Man. It won't be the one that I reviewed. It'll be a brand new sealed one. Long story short, I ended up with a spare and from Big Bad Toy Store, and they said, you want to just do a giveaway? So I said, sure, I'll do a giveaway. And we're going to do the giveaway. It's going to be a contest of a giveaway. For the next live stream we do, we're going to be going through people's collection photos again. That was a ton of fun. So if you have a display for your collection, I want you to send in 3 photos, okay? 3 photos that show off your display, no more. You can do fewer if you want, but no more than 3 photos. And I maybe won't be showing everybody, depending on how many we get. We're gonna have to prune it down to make it, like, we'll have like a set of however many we thought were good enough to talk about on stream, and then whoever we think has the most fun. It doesn't have to be the most expensive or anything like that. There's no hard criteria. It's just whichever one we think looks the most fun, is the most creative, something, you know, whatever catches our interest, we will pick as the winner, and you guys, whoever that is, will get the Mafex Iron Man figure. So that should be pretty fun. But yeah, just email it to me. It's I'll put the email on the screen there. I can't type it out anywhere because then the bots will get it. But yeah, send in some photos of your collection display, and it won't be this coming Monday. It'll be the following Monday that we do the live stream and the contest winner / giveaway. Okay, all right, let's get into this. This is the Carnage figure. There's a lot to like about this thing. I'll tell you, there's 2 reasons why I'm not going to keep this in my collection. I'm going to sell it in my upcoming sale. The reasons are simple. 1, I think the head is too big. The head is just too darn big. And 2, we'll get to when we get to the accessory portion of the review. But let's talk about the aesthetics on this guy. I like a lot about what's going on here. It was a weird sentence. I like that the black is sculpted and painted, and it is, especially for Mafex, it's pretty darn clean. I mean, technically, if you get up tight on some of the sculpted areas, you'll see that the paint doesn't go everywhere it's supposed to. You'll see right here, there's a little bit of a red lip. But overall, and if you're not up close to review it, this figure looks really, really nice. They did a good job capturing the look. The eyes are nice and bright white, nice and clean looking. Very well done. The pink is done well enough on the mouth there. So yeah, it's a good looking figure. Proportions, other than the head, I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Carnage isn't supposed to be super bulky, but it looks pretty good. I'm guessing the lower legs are a touch long, but generally, other than the head size, it looks really nice. I think this is a good looking figure. He's a slightly warmer red, a little bit yellow in there. He's definitely not on the purple side of red, he's on the orange side, and I think that's good. I tend to prefer my Carnage to be a little bit more of a true red, but this is probably more accurate, so that's good. Yeah, it's a good looking figure for sure. Aesthetically, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It looks really nice, but that big noggin does bother me, and you can argue, I know people have already typed this out. It's okay for him to have the bigger head. Sometimes he's drawn that way, that's fine. But if you're going for a one and done sort of situation, which we're going to have to do here because we're not getting every version of every artist's drawings of Carnage, I want his head to be more classically comic book styled, which is smaller relative to his body. Okay, so good looking figure, but let's see about the accessories, which actually is where this figure shines and also falls apart just a little bit. So we will start with the hands. He's got a decent spread of hands, a pretty good spread of hands for normal hands. We do get a pair of magnetic hands. If you want him to be stuck to something, you can do that. And he comes with some magnetic feet too. That'll help for that. You get 3 tendril accessories, which I think is good. That it's nice to have those, but what I really like is that the weapon things don't just clip onto his wrist or something. He has actual alternate hands for that. So we do get 1 hammer and 1 big axe. Again, these are straight up hands that just peg into his hand pegs, and it's very nice. He's got 2 swords, 2 of the 2-bladed Wolverine claws, and then 2 of the, I guess you'd call them like spears or something. So I think that's a really good way they did that, and it's good assortment. I'm very pleased with that. I've always been partial to the big axe blade and the 2 Wolverine claw things. Alright, then for heads, we have the head that comes on him in the package. Then we have the unmasked head, which I think looks pretty good. But then we have the yelling head, the open mouth head, and this is the reason I'm not keeping this figure. Some people might be okay with it. I am not. It's not sculpted at all. The pink to teeth area, the pink to black transition is not sculpted. It is just painted, and it looks okay in some angles. You can get by with it, but I don't like the way this is done. I think they needed to do it more like they did for the main head where it is sculpted. Even if the pink is filled in some, that's fine. You still need the teeth to be sculpted and the pink to at least be sunken in. It's really not. I mean, there is just a touch of a dip, but barely. And I just don't like that. So given the fact that his heads are too big and the open mouth head, which is the one I would probably want to use most of the time, is not good enough, it's driving me nuts. Maybe you don't care. Like I said, it can definitely look fine at basically the head-on angle. If you're looking from the side, it looks weird as heck. But that's a deal breaker for me. Despite how cool the other accessories are, for me personally, I can't get past it. I'm sure a lot of people can, because like I said, the figure's pretty darn cool otherwise. But that's a thing for me. And then, of course, you do get the Mafex display stand. So I'm going to go, if the head was good, I'd be like 9.9 out of 10. Because it's like maybe even 10 out of 10 for accessories. Because I don't know what else you really need for this guy. But the head screws it up. So I'm just going to go 9. It's still a good spread, but that one head bothers me a lot. All right, let's talk about the articulation. It's not one of their newer figures, so it's not as good as some of the more modern designs, but it does work well enough. So we have the double ball peg in the neck and the ball peg in the head, and it moves around pretty darn well. No issues there. Ball pegs are definitely the way to go for necks. I love that they did sculpt the black and red. You know what? Maybe I'll keep this guy anyway. I like a lot about this figure. I love that they even bothered to put the paint on the chin. And that's like, you would think that that's a normal thing, but a lot of companies don't do that kind of stuff, so it does make this figure look nice. But yeah, the head moves around nicely. Gosh, that head is big. I don't know, I can't decide. I guess you'll see in my next sale, which is going to be humongous, by the way. I'm selling tons of stuff out of my personal collection. I just have too much stuff. You'll see if he's in there. Ball peg on the shoulder, certainly not the best range we've ever seen from Mafex, but it does give him some range, and of course the hinge itself works just fine. You're going to get your full rotation out of there. So it's a little bit more basic, but it does work. Oh no, he needs to be lubricated. If I do sell this guy, I'll try to lube him up before I put him back in the box. Dang, that shoulder's fused right now. It is stuck. If you twist this, if you keep going, it will break. Let's see if this one works, or is this going to bite up too? Let's do a full rotation. Uh-oh, I feel it. It's getting tight. Yeah, okay, this guy needs lube. I haven't had a Mafex figure need lube in a while. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow works, no problem. The joints don't have the black on them, which is a little bit of a bummer. I'm wondering if it wouldn't have been better to do black. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's fine either way. And then you get the ball hinge wrist, that's fine. For the diaphragm joint, he leans back but does get gappy. And then if you mix both, he leans back really far. A little bit gappy, but still leans back really far. And he leans forward pretty nicely too. So that's good. Again, a few gaps. Side to side, works pretty well. That's a nice torso. Probably could be cleaned up a little bit, but it's not bad at all. He does have the drop downs, unfortunately. But he does get pretty good range going out to the side. Basically full on splits, no real nuggets. That's fine. Bringing the legs up. The crotch is soft, and you can fold it in easily, so he kicks up. And his legs do go back. So yeah, this one works pretty well. These don't feel like they're binding, so that's good. Thigh swivel is minimal. Double jointed knee. Yeah, it's a decent knee, slightly long in the lower leg. It was a really common thing for Mafex for a while, even to be way long, but this is not too bad. And then for the ankles, ball hinge, pretty good range, full ankle rocker of course. Toe hinge is well placed, minimal range, but it's good enough. So his articulation, other than needing lubrication, it's not like gonna win any awards, but it's solid. I will go 8 out of 10. It's actually pretty good, other than what was the problem? Oh, the butterfly doesn't have very much range, and then of course they seized up, but not bad. So time for the final verdict on this guy. Is it some kind of crazy good release? No. Is it good enough? Probably for most people. I may even end up keeping it despite his oversized head. People have asked me if I'm going to make a Carnage head to sell. I don't think I am. That's going to be because, okay, so here's the deal. I don't make only a few and charge a lot. I charge a good amount, but I make as many as I can because there's lots of you guys who want these things, and I just don't feel like painting this 100 times or 200 times, or like when it was Beast, I think I made like 800 Beast heads or something like that I had to paint. So yeah, I don't really feel like doing that. I guess I could make fewer and charge even more, but I'm already charging a lot for these things. I mean, compared to what the figures cost. So I just don't think that's going to happen, and I don't freaking have the time. So probably no custom Carnage heads. I think it's probably good enough for most people that it's not warranted anyway. But let me know what you guys think about the head size in the comment section below if you haven't already. But okay, time for the final verdict on this guy. The open mouth head does bother me, and the size of his head does bother me, and he's got a few little nagging issues here and there, but overall it's a pretty good release. I'd say it might even be better than Venom, since Venom was too small. Even for small Venom, he was too small. I know he's not supposed to be hulking and giant everywhere, but he seemed to be too short to me. So I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of... I'm going to go 9 out of 10 if you ignore the problems, because they're the kind of problems you can probably ignore. But if you aren't going to ignore them like me, I'm going to stick at 8. There's a lot to like about this guy, but I think he deserves an objective 8 out of 10. A lot of good stuff, but those issues are issues nonetheless. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.